watch it. I know our congressmen and our senators who are standing right here, so many of them, they did such a great job. They're going to be here. I guarantee you, they're not leaving. They're not leaving. Thanks as well to the National Park Service, the USO, and countless friends and distinguished guests. We have so many people in the audience that have so much to do with the success of our country. We've, I think, had probably the most successful almost 6 months as a president and the presidency. I think they're saying it was the best 6 months, and I know for a fact they're saying the last 2 weeks there has never been anything like it as far as winning, winning, winning. So as you know, 2 weeks ago, our incredible Air Force, we're a bunch of babies. We don't have to be in disguise. We saw all those hands go up. Thank you very much. We owe you everything. Great job. Incredible. Just a flawless, one of the most flawless military campaigns in the history of our country. If you remember years ago, they had helicopters crashing into each other. It was a disaster, the hostages in Iran. And we had just the opposite. We didn't have any crashes. We didn't lose any planes. We didn't lose anybody. Those beautiful planes that you saw were totally stealth. They flew right over the center of a very hostile country, and they never even saw it coming. And then they said, skedaddle. They dropped the bombs. They said, skedaddle. And that big sucker turned over like this on its side, and it got out of there. Well, I'll tell you what, how they do that, but they can do it. I asked our great General Kane, how do they do that? Do they really love doing that? Look at them, they're all laughing. And they said, do they really like doing it, sir? They can't wait. Better you than me. That's all I can say. It was a flawless mission. Every single bomb hit, and it was total obliteration. Total obliteration. Now, even the fake news is admitting that. They hated to admit it, but they had no choice. That was an incredible thing, and these heroic pilots showed our enemies what it means to fly, fight, and win. To every service member who supported that mission, and we have many of them here, we've made we've made you proud by supporting, but you've made us even prouder by having the courage to get in those gorgeous machines and fly through the roughest airspace anywhere in the world. And we salute you. And we honor you. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. And we're also honored and delighted to be joined by hundreds of service members and military families. Those families are the best we have from all across the U.S. Armed Forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Space Force. I love the Space Force. You know why? Because we're the ones that did it. It's turned out to be a very invaluable force, actually. The Coast Guard and the Marines are incredible people. On behalf of our entire nation, this 4th of July, we thank you for keeping America safe, strong, sovereign, and free. Thank you very much for being here. Great honor. And stick around for the fireworks. And our country's had so much to celebrate this Independence Day as we enter our 249th year. America is winning, winning, winning like never before. We're not, I'll tell you, we're in a category now that's where we've wanted to be for a long time. We suffered with 4 horrible years of embarrassment. Afghanistan may be the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. We're never going to let a thing like that happen again. Trillions of dollars are pouring into the United States for investment purposes. Almost $15 trillion. There's never been anything like it. There's never been anything even close. The stock market's at an all-time high. Jobs are at an all-time high. Everything's at an all-time high. And we're going to keep it that way. We have the greatest country in the world, and we're back. We're back like nobody thought possible this quickly. I thought it would take maybe a year, maybe 2 years, maybe even 3. And we did it in less than 6 months. We are back and strong. We've restored American strength and deterrence on the world stage. We're respected again. The world is respecting us again. When we did NATO, those leaders came up to me and they said, you know what, we're going to go to a new level of spending because you're requesting it, sir. They didn't talk to you last president like that, I can tell you. They didn't spend any money. They didn't spend anything. In a few moments, we're going to make official the greatest victory yet, when I signed the one big, beautiful bill. And before I start, I want to tell you that I've never seen people so happy in our country because of that, because so many different groups of people are being taken care of, the military and civilians of all types, jobs of all types. We're adding things like the biggest tax cut in the history of our country, child tax credits. So many things are being added that we wouldn't even have time to discuss them. When we were doing it, John Thune and Mike Johnson right there, I see Mike, what a job they've done. What a job they've done. But you know, it was supposed to be in 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 different bills. And I was on one of the fake news shows and I said, let's do it in one beautiful, big, we want one big, beautiful bill. I said that to this newscaster, and I think a lot of the congressmen and senators were watching, and they said, let's name the bill that, the one big, beautiful bill. And that's what we did. And what we've done is put everything into one bill. It's never happened before. It's the biggest bill of its type in history. We've never had anything like that before. Nothing like that they thought would be possible to get passed. Have strong borders, and the only thing is we want to have great elections too. You need strong borders and elections, and my people have promised me that we're going to go into elections and we're going to make sure they're not rigged, that they're not sullied. We're going to make sure that the elections are going to be fair. You need 2 things. You need strong borders and you need fair elections. Now we're going to make sure on the elections also, and our armed forces are one of the most vital military modernizations of all time. It will take place. So we rebuilt our military in our first term, and now we're going to modernize and remodernize our military, including building a great golden dome all over our land so that if they get nasty with us, it's going to be knocked down. It's going to make any of the golden domes, they call them the iron domes, we're calling ours the golden dome, because we did the iron domes, and we do sort of everything, if you want to know the truth, but this blows it away. We're going to keep you safe. I want to thank every member of the House and Senate who worked to get this bill on my desk, and many of them are here, and I'm not going to mention all their names because we'll be standing here, but I have to mention a few, and especially I want to thank Vice President J.D. Vance, who's been fantastic, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who's been incredible. We have somebody that it was a passion. I think he actually loved it. It wasn't easy, but he loved it. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, who's right here. Speaker, thank you very much. What a job, and he worked so closely with the Senate Majority Leader, John Thune, who's a fantastic guy. And those two are a team that is not going to be beat. When you look at them and you look at their counterparts on the other side, it's not even close. I want to thank both of you people for doing an incredible job. Thank you very much, John and Mike. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, a brave man. Steve, you know, he suffered a tragedy a number of years ago. I was at his hospital bedside that night with Melania, with our First Lady, and he had no chance. The doctor said he has very little chance, and you look better today than you did then. You didn't look particularly good that night, I will say. But I learned one thing. His beautiful wife loved him. She was a disaster, right? I told him, I said, Steve, I can only tell you one thing. I was with your family and I was with your wife, and your wife was devastated. She loves you. I've seen a lot of wives that, you know, they don't seem to be so concerned in those situations. That's the kind of wife you don't want. But you have a great, beautiful wife who was really there, and you really have done. You're a very brave guy, and Mike and John and everybody that's standing with you knows it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. House Majority Whip, this is a guy who's great. When I have a problem, I call him up, and he gets it done. He's a tough cookie. I don't know why he's not the governor of Minnesota. He comes from Minnesota. He's like, oh, look, he goes, no, I don't want to run for governor. You know, come to think of it, I think that's a good idea. You would win so easily. The guy is terrible. You would win. You just have to take a look at that handsome face of yours, and you'd win. Tom Emmer, everybody. He did a great job. I think you should consider that, although we don't want to lose him, do we? We don't want to. Let's say we are. I think say we are. What a job you did. And Senate Majority Whip John Barrasso, who's incredible. Senate Finance Chairman Mike Crapo. Thank you, Mike. What a job. What a job. He knows that tax stuff. Him and Jason, they really know their stuff. Senate Budget Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham. What a good man he is. I see a poll. He's running, and I see a poll. He's 24 points up. That's not bad, Lindsey.
The camera guy in the background, his hat says Gulf of America. I do have the schedule put together. We're going to go over it in just a moment.
America,
President Trump's trying to shake everyone's hand out there.
Just trying to fly, raise a daughter and a son, giving your loving to them. Everything to everyone, up in that I'm riding, all business in my suit. I'm dressed up for success.
What kind of hat is that? Did President Trump just meet a pilgrim? Relax, is that the Arby's guy? I mean, it might be. I'm not sure. I've never seen a hat like that. I can't... It kind of looks feminine, but it's hard for me to tell from this angle. Southern Jen, you need that kind of hat? I mean, I guess. I wouldn't even know what to type in to add it to the wish list. If it had like a big ass feather hanging out of it, it'd be kind of like a pimp hat. Fry, that's Gandalf's cousin. Thanks, Elder Zoomer. Happy freedom to you. Southern Jen, a fedora? Let me look this up. I don't know. I don't think he's got a fedora on. I don't know. The fedoras I was just saying look kind of cool. I don't know what that guy's wearing. Guess something looks like a Mountie hat. You think he's a Canadian? He might have showed up. You never know. You never know. He's actually from a galaxy far, far away. Sun Jen. Oh, I need a fedora. I'll see. I'll add one to the wish list. We'll see how it goes. Kevin, it looks like the man with the yellow hat from Curious George. There you go. That's probably the closest guess so far. What's up, Corey Luca? Happy 4th to you. What's up, He Who Lurks? Happy 4th to you. So we're just hanging out with the president, making sure everything goes okay. I don't want to swipe away and then have another incident like, we've covered before. But I do have a schedule put together. It is nothing too crazy because it is Independence Day, so there's not a lot of news. But I try to get entertaining things and a bunch of funny videos. So we're going to get through that. We do have the voice chat later on today. Got to get yourself a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com to join us in the voice chat. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to be in the voice chat because I am trying to go see the fireworks, but we'll see how it goes. Everyone's saying it's a 10-gallon hat. I don't know what that means, and I'm scared to Google it. Too old to care. They're jamming now. They are. All these little kids out there sweating to death, waving at the president. I like the all blacked out MAGA hats. Southern Jen, it's a tall Texas hat. Oh, I see. I've never heard of that before. Done 10 gallons of lube. Oh, I've heard of that. What's up, Jay Tyler? Happy freedom to you. Saying a Diddy party. A Tom Horn hat. It does look really similar to that. Who posted that? He Who Lurks. It's a Tom Horn. Yeah, you were right. That is what it looks like. What is that from? He Who Lurks. You were the only one to get it right. It wasn't Gandalf's cousin. Dan Walker, yeah, this year is a lot better than last year's 4th of July. With all the weird shapeshifters and all of that, I don't miss any of that stuff. I'm blocking it out. It's trauma. You can try and block that trauma out. Beck Frank, memory hole it. Yeah, exactly. Just wiping the slate clean. I have no recollection of that.
Come on.
What's up, EFO? Happy freedom to you. Tim Mack, how much cheaper is barbecue versus last year? I am not sure. I'm sure somebody knows in the chat. We got Hooligans cooking today. What's up, Dollar Bill? Happy 4th to you. I'm not sure how much longer they're going to be following President Trump around. He's got to shaking almost all those hands there.
Well, it is official. It is no longer the one big beautiful bill. It is now the one big beautiful law signed by President Trump moments ago. this July 4th, 2025. Quite awesome to see the president there shaking so many hands. Remember, this is a military family picnic that was scheduled for 5 o'clock Eastern there on the south lawn of the White House. Also, later tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern, we'll be live right here at Right Side as we'll be watching the fireworks there at the White House, outside of the White House there with President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump. So looking
Okay. Well, we did the thing. Covered President Trump signing the big, beautiful bill. Moving forward here, like I said, we don't have anything that's too crazy in the news today because it is the holiday. It's not just a holiday, it's the holiday. Happy Freedom 4th to all of you hooligans. We're going to be starting off with a video titled Massive Spending Bill Allows Workers to Deduct Tips and Overtime Pay Income from Taxes through 2028. There's some details on the big beautiful bill and what exactly it'll mean for no tax on tips or overtime. Then we have a Maga Minute, which is just a list of good things done so far in the Trump agenda. This is provided by Caroline Levitt. Then we got a video titled Trump Says He Didn't Know an offensive term that he used in the speech is considered anti-Semitic. Apparently, President Trump said something last night when we were covering the Trump rally. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or not because YouTube and Twitch is fucking soft. But he said something in the middle of his rally that I didn't think that was a big deal. But apparently the phrase he used is anti-Semitic, which is why I don't know if I can actually say it or not, without it being Saturday and having the soft-ass platforms sitting on the sidelines. But either way, he claims that the phrase he used, he didn't realize was anti-Semitic. So now everybody's all mad, and they're all calling him a liar and all this stuff because obviously President Trump has been trying to stop anti-Semitism from these college campuses where they're having the pro-Hamas gatherings and all that kind of stuff. Now they're all talking shit about President Trump. So either way. And then we got a video titled Saved His Bacon. Hilarious scene of cops trying to capture pig on a busy road. They didn't use the taser or anything like that, but they did capture the pig. Then we have our midlife break, and this one's titled Happy Birthday America. Then getting back into the news, we have a video titled U.S. Officials on Alert Over Suspected Iranian Nationals at the Border. I told you guys we're going to just keep hearing about how Iran is attacking us all the time because they said there's basically an open threat. So now everything that happens here is Iran's fault. Then we got a video titled President of El Salvador Denies Claims that Kilmar Abrego Garcia was beaten in prison. That's the poor father from Maryland that's actually a MS-13 human smuggling woman beater that they keep claiming he was mistakenly deported to CCOT in El Salvador. That is a lie. They had some mishap with the paperwork, but it wasn't an accident that he was sent to the Supermax in El Salvador. That was done intentionally. But now that he's back, they're making claims that he was tortured and beaten the whole time he was there. Well, we got a doubly. We're going to play a video along with that. Apparently, President Boo Boo Kelly of El Salvador has provided evidence that that's not true. The video is titled El Salvador President Reveals Shocking New Footage Refuting Kilmar Abrego Garcia's Torture Claims. So we're going to go ahead and debunk that. Then we got a video titled Happy Independence Day from Marjorie Taylor Greene. And the last little bit of the news is unhinged MSNBC commentator blasted for calling America the bad guy. This is a butthurt liberal. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent to us by Zero. And we got two funny videos of the day. First one's titled Hooligans All Weekend. And our official funny video of the day is USA, USA, USA. We're going to go ahead and hop into things since we just got done covering President Trump live signing that big, beautiful bill. So let me get this pulled up real quick. Also, there is protesters in Los Angeles. Nothing too crazy yet. It does seem like the numbers are picking up. I don't know exactly what this is going to turn into. It's hard to say. Either way, this is what it looks like right now. This is live. Now, they do have more numbers than they had about an hour ago, but overall, it's nothing compared to what it was a couple weeks ago. So I'll just keep this pulled up, and we'll check on it every now and then just to see how things go. So that's the plan there. Let me get this pulled aside. We'll keep an eye on that. But until we check on it again, we'll go ahead and move forward. Like I said, this first video is titled Massive spending bill allows workers to deduct tip and overtime pay income for taxes through 2028. Getting the details on all of that. Let's go ahead and put the chat on the screen. There we go. You guys see my flag? I think Tori Wayne got me this flag. I can't remember. One of you hooligans got it for me. But either way, very nice. Very nice. Like I said, getting in this first video here, it is titled Massive Spending Bill Allows Workers to Deduct Tip and Overtime Pay Income from Taxes Through 2028. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, we have these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting all of his links in the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we even made steel tumblers out of this design. Today I got on the Bars and Stars hooligan badge because it's the happy 4th of July right now. We're going to drop all the links in the chats for the merch store as well as Alistair while we're watching this first video.
House Republicans approved a massive spending bill and tax bill, sending it to President Donald Trump's desk by his Independence Day deadline. Part of the legislation includes ending taxes on tips and overtime for the next few years. So here's what we know. Millions of tipped workers such as servers, bartenders, and hairdressers could soon be able to deduct their tipped income from their taxable wages now that the federal bill is passed. The 887-page approved bill has the potential to impact millions of Americans, including new federal tax breaks for workers who earn tips and overtime pay for tax years 2025 to 2028. A reconciliation bill includes a $25,000 cap on the amount of tips workers can claim in their tax deductions. In addition, the Senate bill provisions would allow the first $12,500 extra overtime pay deductible. Both deductions are eligible for individuals with a $150,000 income limit. A White House Council of Economic Advisors spokesperson says that the eligible workers could see their take-home pay rise by over $1,600. But critics raise concerns about who actually benefits from the proposed changes. Labor advocates warn that the majority of tipped workers already earn too little to owe federal income tax. Well, a full list of eligible occupations for tip deductions will be released within 90 days of the bill becoming law.
Okay, so like I said, details there on the big beautiful bill and what that means for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. We heard a week or two ago that there was going to be limitations on it, but I'm not really sure on exactly what those limitations were going to be. But they're saying that this will affect 2025 taxes, which is really interesting. That means these taxes that these doll hairs we're making right now, we might be able to write off these tips and overtime. They're saying you can claim up to 25,000 doll hairs in tips as tax deductions, and your first $12,500 in overtime is also tax deductible. You have to make less than 150,000 doll hairs a year in order to be eligible, which most of us are probably going to be eligible. Either way, those details, we're seeing that stuff come into effect. I think everything... Well, I guess I'm not really sure. I'm confusing the SCOTUS order for the big beautiful bill. I think everything that SCOTUS said, the district judges staying in the way, they can't do that anymore, and anything that they were staying in the way of will take 30 days to go into effect. I'm not sure when the stuff from the big beautiful bill goes into effect. I guess we'll have to see. Next up, we got a Maga Minute, and it's from Caroline Levitt. She's going to be listing out all the great things President Trump has done so far in his presidency this term. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these details with the big beautiful bill. And we'll just go ahead and put the protest on the screen just for funsies. Just for funsies. Russell, it's not a perfect bill, but it's good. I think so. We'll see how it turns out. Jay Tyler, they're all being paid to protest. Yeah, I don't know. They're just wasting their time. It's a good day. Go out there and cook food and look at fireworks. They want to sit there and smell like shit and fight with cops and get put on their head on TV. I mean, that's their business. What's up, America First? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Deb? Happy freedom to you. Deb, think about that, about what you tip when you go out to eat, and they usually have 4 other tables as well. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of biased. I used to drive, right? I used to deliver pizza by vehicle and show up at somebody's house 25 miles away just to get a check for exact change. So when a waitress walks 4 feet from the kitchen to my table, I don't know. I'm kind of biased. They get tipped, but they ain't getting tipped like you guys probably tip. You gotta drive to my house, you want a real tip. Glamour, Rumble's fucked up for you? What's happening, Glamour? Grinches, bro, happy freedom to you. What's up, Dingo? Happy freedom to you. Dingo, how else do you deliver pizza? Some people deliver pizza by bike. It depends on where you are. Grinches, bro, trying to draw attention from the real holiday. Yeah, most likely. They're not going to win this race, though. People love the 4th of July. Meta, notice your new backdrop? Oh, it's just a flag. It's just for the 4th. Glamour, Rumble looks like when you shatter a TV, it's just lines everywhere. Weird. I wonder why it looks like that. It didn't look like that earlier. I'm gonna blame the damn studio. I don't know. It looks fine for me. I don't know. Rumble looks fine for me. I don't know why you're seeing that. So the care is just a tip, I swear. If she likes the tip, later on she can get the whole thing. Mm-hmm. You want to get smacked in the mouth by your wife, you say that shit at the dinner table, right like that. That's how you do it. You want to ruin your 4th of July, you just blurt that out at the table. Weird, Glamour. I'm not sure why it's like that. Like I said, I'm blaming the damn Rumble studio because we're not doing anything different. I wrote customer service yesterday because I had like 3 or 4 questions, and I asked Rumble Rick, and he told me to write customer service, and I did. And they didn't even answer like 2 out of my 5 questions. They were just trying to shove me out the door. We had a little back and forth. They wrote me, I wrote them back. They wrote me again, I wrote them back. They just stopped writing me. I don't know. I'm not real happy about that. It makes me want to write Rumble Rick and be like, no, answer my damn questions because your customer service is kind of lacking right now. Tim Mack, Antifa trickling in? Probably. I mean, on the left coast out there, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so they're just rolling out of bed. Meth pipes falling on the floor and stuff. You know, it happens. Russell always tip drivers? Yeah. Yup. Dingo. Yeah, I don't know why it's like that. Every time I write customer service for Rumble, they just kind of screw me over. They don't screw me over. They just don't help me. You know, they're just like, well, go look at the FAQ. I did look at the FAQ. I've read all the documentation. If I didn't need help, I wouldn't be here, but whatever's whatever. Either way, moving forward, like I said, this next one is a MAGA Minute, and it's by Caroline Levitt. And it's just good stuff. It's good stuff. Let's go ahead and get this pulled up. I did see that they showed this on Right Side Broadcasting, and I had it on the schedule already. I was like, damn, don't play that shit when I go live. All right, we got Caroline Levitt. She looking spicy, too. Like I said, this is a MAGA Minute. She's going to be listing all the great things that President Trump has done so far. Go ahead and hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
This was one of the hottest weeks in our nation's history, and I'm not talking temperature. Let's break it all down in this week's MAGA Minute. The jobs numbers for the month of June are in, and the United States added 147,000 jobs, exceeding market expectations for the 4th month in a row. Our unemployment rate fell to 4.1%, again defying expectations. The price of eggs has rapidly declined under President Trump, inspiring Waffle House to announce that it has removed its egg surcharge from the menu. In a huge win for women who play sports, the Department of Education secured an agreement with the University of Pennsylvania to remove men from women's sports, and it corrects the record in favor of sanity. President Trump continues to deliver trade deals. He announced a trade deal with Vietnam, which will give the U.S. total access to their markets for the first time ever. The president also visited Alligator Alcatraz in Florida, reaffirming our commitment to law and order in our country. And he visited the great state of Iowa to kick off a series of celebrations across the country to celebrate next year's 250th birthday of the United States. And finally, Congress worked hard to deliver the one big beautiful bill to President Trump's desk. This bill means no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, and a big beautiful tax cut for everyone. It's on the way. And for those of you celebrating our nation's birthday, the cost of a 4th of July cookout for 10 people skyrocketed by more than 20% under Joe Biden, but that cost has dropped under President Trump. This 4th of July, we are celebrating not only the birth of our great nation, but the birth of a golden age of economic prosperity for you and your family, and the best is yet to come. We'll see you for next week's Maga Minute. Happy Independence Day.
All right. Good stuff there from Caroline Levitt. Doing the thing. Looking spicy. Either way, next up we have... Trump says he didn't know an offensive term that he used during his speech last night was considered anti-Semitic. Now, it's not just about that. He's responding to the press. They're asking him questions. He had just got off the plane right after the rally. We did cover the rally yesterday. Kind of screwed ourselves over. I didn't know this was a thing, but yesterday we were going to end Coffee with Hooligans, and we were going to start a separate live for President Trump doing the rally. And so when we went to end Coffee with Hooligans, we raided out. I think we raided Cat Dog. He was playing God of War. But then before we ended the live, somebody had said President Trump was on stage, which was really weird because we still had like 20 minutes before he was supposed to be on stage. Well, for the first time in my live streaming career, he was 15 minutes early and was already on stage speaking. And so I didn't have time to shut everything down and start a new live, so we just kept being live. Well, apparently if you raid out on Rumble, that raid just doesn't end. It just never ends. You have to actually end the live in order to stop the raid. So for the whole like hour and a half rally, we were watching people come in and go out because the raid was just never ending. So that's what happened yesterday. If you were waiting for us to go live with a separate live and you left and we never went live, that's why. That is why that went that way. I don't know. Like I said, I've been having problems over on Rumble. I'm trying to get shit fixed. They don't want to help me. I don't know what to do about the situation, but, you know, whatever's whatever. Either way, like I had said, next up, we got President Trump. He has responded to the press from last night, and apparently they questioned him about something he said. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I'll type it in the chat for the platforms that are not soft as a hoo-ha, and then you guys can figure out if that's anti-Semitic or not. But either way, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about that Maga Minute. Maga Minute. Let me validate this word really quick. Oh yeah, everybody's all pissed off. Okay. Anyways, let me drop this phrase. Boom. Only a couple of you guys are going to be able to see this because not all platforms are created equal. And that's not my fault. You guys want to watch on soft-ass platforms. Anyways, that word I just put in the chat right there, apparently that's anti-Semitic. I don't know. Whatever's whatever. But that's what Trump said, and now they're all mad at him. Anyways, read through. Russell, make America great again. That's right. Guess I can confirm that fire works. I just burnt my finger. You be careful out there, guess all of you hooligans, be careful. Remember, you got to come back tomorrow with all your fingers, and if you don't, you're missing a fingy, you're grounded. You're fucking grounded. Yeah, Jeffro, I think you're right. I think that is what it means, but well, we'll get into the video, but it kind of seems like he was referencing like the mentality of a used car salesman, right? Somebody who's kind of shady is kind of how he was using it, but whatever's whatever. What the fuck? Weird. Russell. Yeah, I don't want to say it out loud because like I said, YouTube and all that, they soft over there. So I can't help the way the platform is. What's up, Joe Bosch? Happy Freedom. Kilgon? I don't know what that is. I shouldn't read what you guys say out loud. What's up, Pickle Fingers? Happy Freedom to you. Saw a dude open carrying today. I bet some leftists had a meltdown. Probably. Everybody should be able to open carry. It's so stupid. There's nothing like people pissed off that they have rights. You know, it'd be one thing if the lefties didn't have the right to bear arms, but to have that right and then be pissed that you got rights, I mean, that's how much entitlement they got. Pumpkin, I've never heard of that word either. But yeah, the news is talking all this crap. They're like, oh, you're gunning after Harvard because of anti-Semitism, and then you're saying anti-Semitic slurs on stage. And it's like, what? I don't know. It's whatever. My feed, you staying home? Yeah, well, I want to go see the fireworks, but I'm not excited to go fight the crowd. Happy freedom to you, my feed. Happy freedom 4th. Relax, donating fingies? Only if she's pretty. What's up, Sausage King? Happy freedom to you. Interesting, Ghostly. Dingo, I hate fireworks, so I have to watch movies loud. Yeah, I've realized not everybody is a fan of fireworks. Meta, you don't know what it means? You can Google it. It's not gonna hurt you if you Google it, but I just can't say it out loud because YouTube and Twitch, they got stupid ass community guidelines. Meta, no, I'm sort of representation of a flag. An actual flag has stitched stars. This is not a actual flag. This is just a representation of one. So I don't want you guys thinking I'm abusing the flag. I didn't even think of that when I put that. I was like, oh, the hooligans will think that's cool. No, I'm not abusing the flag. Don't you worry. Rich, it's too freaking warm out. I know, I'm sitting here sweating to death. I didn't even turn my fans off. This whole week I've had the fans off so you guys didn't have to hear it, but I'm sitting here dying. What's up, Bibsy? Happy Freedom 4th to you. What's up, Susan D1? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Digging the hat? Well, thank you. Thank you so much. JH, Seinfeld must be very anti-Semitic. Why, has he said it? Happy Freedom 4th to you. What's up, Visions? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Visions on my hip all day, every day. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Jim, remember to throw the firecracker and not the match. That's good advice. That is very good advice. Tim Mag dropping the alligator in the in the chat. Damon Walker, at least we don't have to hang out with the flag upside down anymore. We're not a distressed nation anymore. Yep, you are absolutely right. Vision, 70 degrees in Alaska. It's too damn hot. I wish it was 70 degrees here. It's hot outside. Subsistence Soldier, happy Freedom 4th to you. Russell, still no AC where you are? I need another one. The one I have running just isn't enough. Thank you so much, Dingo, for that $1 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate the support. Thank you so much, Dingo. So awesome. All right, hooligans, we're going to get back into the news here. What's up, Born to Eat Toast? Happy Freedom 4th to you. All right, like I said, this is President Trump talking to the press, responding to questions and whatnot after yesterday's rally. Apparently in these questions, I missed it the first time I screened it, but apparently in these questions, they're going to be asking him about a phrase he used in the rally, claiming it's anti-Semitic, and he denies any knowledge of it being a slur or anything like that. He doesn't know because he ain't soft. You know, that's the reality of the situation. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Mr. President. So we had a great time in Iowa. Very successful. A lot of people. I think they enjoyed it. But it's been a great state for me. We won it all 3 times. And very special. Tomorrow's going to be great. We're going to have the B-2s flying, and we have Christie, the whole group, including a lot of great congressmen. We have everybody. And we have Doug Burgum. If you have any questions, Brooke Rollins, Agriculture, if you have any questions, let us know. But we all had a great time in Iowa.
President, has Hamas agreed to the latest framework for a ceasefire and hostage deal?
We'll see what happens. We're going to know over the next 24 hours.
Mr. President, you had the best border numbers in the month of June in the country's history. Now with the One Big Beautiful Bill being signed by you, you've set the bar so high when it comes to border security. What is the expectation moving forward, sir?
I love this guy. Oh, I love him. He's like my favorite person. We just want to see if we can keep going up. We had great numbers. I appreciate you saying it. We have had, but we just want to keep them going up, right?
That's right.
That's all we can do.
Mr. President, you talked about farmers and trying to give them some relief. Can you talk a little bit more specifically about, you mentioned legislation tonight at the rally?
Yeah, I'll let my agricultural genius talk about it.
Thank you, sir. Yes, we have been hard at work. The president gave a directive that the farmers needed to make sure they could farm and do their harvest and milk their cows. So Stephen Miller, myself, the top team in the White House has been working on, including Secretary Noem, including Secretary Chavez-Rimmer, on the H-2A streamline, the current visa system that allows seasonal workers in. So we are hard at work. We've already made some changes. We're going to make it cheaper, more efficient, and more effective for those farmers. We will have a 100% legal workforce very, very soon, thanks to President Trump's leadership.
Mr. President.
Good answer, right?
Mr. President,
Yes.
we're 10 days away from the anniversary of your assassination attempt. Do you know any more now about the assassination attempt than you knew then?
Well, the FBI was in the other day with a lot of people, including the Attorney General, who's doing a great job, Pam Bondi, and I'm very satisfied. They gave me a complete presentation. I was very satisfied.
There's a report that you held a secret meeting today with a Saudi official. Are you any closer on expanding the Abraham Accords? Any news from that?
Yeah, we are. It's one of the things we talked about, the Abraham Accords. Now that Iran has been taken out in terms of a nuclear threat, and they have been completely taken out, at least for a very long time, I think a lot of people are going to be joining the Abraham Accords. We have 4 great countries already, but we're going to have a lot of people, I think, joining the Abraham Accords. Yeah.
Some polls have shown the Big Beautiful Bill to not be very popular. I'm wondering, how confident are you in being able to sell it to the American people?
Yeah, I think it's very popular. It does many things, but one of them is the biggest tax cuts in our country's history. And that alone makes it very popular. The only poll that was done was a Democrat poll, and they'll ask 2 of the little bit controversial things, but good things for the country. The tax cuts alone, so it's the largest tax cut in the history of our country, and that alone makes it very, very popular.
Mr. President, can you talk a little bit about your expectations for the celebration next year? Obviously, a bit of a preview tonight. You talked about the Patriot games. You highlighted a possible UFC title fight at the White House. What are your expectations for the celebration next year, sir?
Well, I think it's going to be a great celebration. It's going to be as big a celebration as we've ever had. And remember, we have the World Cup and we have the Olympics also. So we have that, plus we have 250. I think it's going to be a wild time. It's going to be a great time for this country. It's going to be the golden age. Thank you.
What's next for Russia and Ukraine? Are you speaking to Zelensky tomorrow? And what are you hoping
I'm
the next
speaking to President Zelensky tomorrow, early in the morning, and I'm very disappointed with the conversation I had today with President Putin, because I don't think he's there. I don't think he's there, and I'm very disappointed. Well, it's not. I'm just saying, I don't think he's looking to stop, and that's too bad. This is Biden. This isn't me. This is Biden's war. It wouldn't have happened if I were president. It wouldn't have happened. So, I in one way I had to get too involved because it's Biden's war.
Well, either way, like I said, they don't really highlight what it is that President Trump said. I went and Googled it, and like I already showed you guys, I typed it in the chat what they're saying that he said. I did see the clip. I found a video. It kind of has a comparison. Maybe I'll drop it over on Discord as well as jeffmaclive.com, so you guys use the link tree links to go to either platform. I'll share the video after the live. But either way, he said that phrase that I typed in the chat everywhere except for Twitch and YouTube because the community guidelines are soft. Doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but if you type that word into Google, you're going to see a million news articles talking about President Trump being anti-Semitic at the rally yesterday, crying really hard and trying to distract from 4th of July today, of course, because they hate America. Next up, we got saved his bacon. Hilarious scene of cops trying to capture a pig on a busy road. I told you it was slow for the news today, but that's okay. Nobody wants to be bummed out on the 4th of July anyways. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump responding to the press, as well as them claiming he made anti-Semitic comments during his rally yesterday. What's up, 10 Man? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Guess I don't know how you put that together so quickly. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $1 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support. It says UFC fight at the White House. Let's go. I know I'm saying happy Freedom 4th to you, and thank you so much. What's up, DCat? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Oh, Stoner. I think it's this. That word. What's up, Bright Gaming? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Thank you for joining us. What's up, Kirk Allen? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Cringe Bro, about to get interesting. Yeah. I wonder what that's going to be like. When are they going to do the UFC match? I wonder. What's up, Nishada? Happy Freedom 4th. So it's not racism, I know. Everybody's saying it's not, but I don't know how YouTube or Twitch will treat me if I say it out loud. We'll talk about it tomorrow when those soft-ass platforms ain't around. So just remind me, we'll be saying it all day, because it's not that big of a deal. Oh, I see what you're saying, Meta. Well, I appreciate you noticing. What's up, Master Voltaire? Happy Freedom 4th to you. It sounds no different than saying Scrooge or schmuck. Yeah. Well, like I said, I think he was just trying to use it like saying that somebody was shady. But apparently the phrasing I've never even heard that word that he said before. But whatever, they're all bent out of shape about it. J.H. Shakespeare used it. Yeah, that's what everyone keeps saying. What's up, Rum? Happy Freedom to you. Happy Freedom 4th. What's up, Nick? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Did he say in the White House or did he say at the White House? What's up, James Gang? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Damon Walker, I was thinking about going to Ludington for the fireworks, but we'll see how it goes because we got to do the voice chat and I got to eat food and all this stuff, so we'll see as quickly as I can be. Alright, hooligans, we're going to move forward. This video is very entertaining. This is titled Saved His Bacon, Hilarious Scene of Cops Trying to Capture a Pig on a Busy Road. Now, I don't handle pigs, so I don't know if the officer's being a little too rough on this piglet here. He didn't have a weapon. The cops are being too spicy. I don't know. Whose lives matter? You know, like, we'll see. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Now it's time for a little segment we like to call Only in America. Well, I know a lot of Americans will be having hot dogs and ribs this weekend, but this little piggy went home. Hilarious scenes in South Carolina as cops try to catch a wayward pig.
Juked him. It's too quick for the coppers.
About the animal on the roadway. He gets there.
So when I arrived on scene, see a small brown pig sitting on the side of 26.
Pig kind of doubled back, and that's when Trooper Bullet was able to grab the pig.
I've grown up on a farm my whole life. That was the easiest, safest way to grab that pig, and just what I'm used to doing at this point.
Yeah, I guess they really saved his bacon.
He couldn't help himself. Either way, no more dirty pigs running the streets, doing all those bad things. I heard the officer. He was screaming, "Taser, taser." Anyways, next up, we got our midlife break here, as if that was, so damning news. Midlife break is titled "Happy Birthday, America." And getting back into the news, the next piece of news is titled "U.S. Officials on Alert Over Suspected Iranian Nationals at the Border." Again, blaming Iran for every little thing that happens. Now, maybe it actually is Iran, but when they came out and was like, oh yeah, basically anything that happens from here on out is Iran's fault, makes me think of the day they hit the towers and then everything was Afghanistan's fault. And they do this a lot. They do this a lot. Either way, it's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this criminal pig on the streets. I bet the lefties love that. They were like, look, it's pigs chasing pigs. Russell, grease that pig up and have a fun time. There needs to be women there. It's just two 11 feet tall officers. They got to invite some females. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much. It says, Happy Freedom Friday 4th. Having an overdose of winning. Can't get enough. That's right, Patriot Dad. I appreciate you. Thank you. Southern Gen, pig lives matter. I know, you see him dragging it off the road. What an injustice. We need to hit the streets. I heard the pig. He was asking the cop for his ID officer ID. He said, "What's your badge number?" Decaf, pigs are only good for roasting. I don't know. I don't know what that piglet tastes like. Stoner, I think you're right. I'm pretty sure that's what it said. Doesn't snatch him up by the back legs or the tail. You can grab a pig by its tail. Don't you worry about it falling off. If you grabbed us by our tails, it'd probably fall off. Jeffro fried bacon. Only if they tase him. Bacon on bacon. It was bacon on bacon crime. I didn't even realize. Sage Pup, he forgot to read that pig gets Miranda rights. That's right. Getting out of jail in a technicality. Russell, it wasn't a Diddy pig. Don't say that. He was a witness. He was supposed to be there at the trial, but they locked him away. He just broke free. Meta, you missed it. There was a pig, and he was on the loose, and the police saved us from the tyrannical pig that was out there. He was trying to help China, they said. Bibbsy, their tail is sturdy. I don't know much about pigs. Guess who? The pig was running for his life. The fear adds extra flavor when they turn him into ribs, ham, and pork chops. So the politicians say about the kids on the island. Anyways, moving forward here. What's up, Salty Ginger? Happy freedom to you. Salty Ginger, you know we were live? You can get the notification on Discord? Oh, well, thank you. I've been waiting a long time to wear this hat. It's been sitting over there on the desk for like 3 months. JH, the pig was a major ham. Stole the show. Russell loves some bacon. That's the only pork I eat. I mean, unless she's really pretty. You guys, you make me this funny. It doesn't happen on its own. Bibbsy, your buddy had a pet pig. Was he a good boy? Do you call pigs good boys? How does that work? I mean, that pig seemed like a good boy. He was just being there, being a pig on a Wednesday. Dirty cops. They're arresting him being a pig on a Wednesday, damn it. Weird. I wonder why we're having problems over on the Rumble. What's up, Hooligans Island? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Let me see something really quick. We're gonna refresh the page. I don't know. I'm still good. I don't know why some of us are having issues with the Rumble feed. DCat. So what you're saying is a wet t-shirt contest with a greased pig and Dixie Duke shorts. I'm not on the pig. We're not dressing the pig up. It's not a trans pig. Come on, man. I'm just not chasing a pig if there's no boobies involved. We need to invite females. America First, you didn't get an alert. Are you on Discord, or are you saying you didn't get an alert from Rumble? Because these platform notifications are hit or miss. That's why I tell everybody to go to Discord. Even if you don't want to be social, you can just go to Discord to get the notifications. They're guaranteed on Discord. You could also get notifications from the Telegram channel that we have. But if I never send out the notifications, which I'm wondering right now, did I even send out the notifications? I did not. So I need to do that while we're watching the next video. But that's what I mean right there. For some reason, I forget to send out the notifications. Over on Discord, you will get them automatically. America First, you can get them from Rumble. Yeah, you got to join Discord. You guys are all good over on Rumble. Keep hearing we're having issues. I don't know why. Guess you calling in time for breakfast. That's right. No, we ain't put no lipstick on a pig, Russell. You guys, it's not a Diddy pig. It wasn't that kind of pig. What kind of pigs y'all hanging out with? Bibbsy, pigs are trainable. It knew all sorts of commands. Would go for car rides in the Cadillac. That is a badass pig, Bibbsy. I didn't realize. You think I can get an emotional support pig? Klaus would be jealous. Klaus he'd be cooking them up. What's up, Peter? Happy Freedom 4th to you. What's up, Amazing Disgrace? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Vinny C, go out, enjoy your life, and make it happen. We're going to. All right, Hooligans, moving forward. Like I said, we got our mid-live break, but before we get into this, I want to remind you, Hooligans, that our friend Larry really needs our help. He is in need of a kidney transplant, and I put a bunch of information together on a page for him on the website. So if there's any way you can help out Larry, please go check out this link. It's got all of Larry's information and links and all kinds of stuff there. So please check it out if you think you can help our friend Larry. Now, as far as I know, Larry was at the Trump rally yesterday. He didn't tell us that President Trump was being anti-Semitic. Maybe he left that part out, but at least he got to go enjoy that. Let's get into our mid-live break here. All right, this is titled Happy Birthday, America. Getting back into the news, this next one, like I said, U.S. officials on alert over suspected Iranian nationals at the border. They claim that they're going to be working with the cartels to try and come into the country illegally. But keep your ears up, because there is so much may, could, might in this story. They may do this. It could happen. They might decide to make some whatever, try to breach the border here. A lot of may, could, might, and I told you they're going to start blaming Iran for everything. But either way, this is a little bit of news we got here. Go ahead and hit the like button over on Rumble, as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
As diplomatic efforts between the U.S. and Iran play out, border security officials in the United States are also facing a new concern. Intelligence suggests that Iranian nationals are trying to get into the country with the help from the Mexican drug cartels. News Nation's Jorge Ventura joining us from San Antonio with more on this. What's the latest, and what details or evidence do we have this is happening?
Hey, Marnie. So from the FBI to Border Patrol, federal authorities do remain on high alert of a possible retaliatory attacks within the United States. Now, according to new internal documents obtained by News Nation, Border Patrol agents on the southern border did receive intel that 35 Iranian nationals in Mexico were planning to cross the border illegally. And that intel also suggesting that cartels like Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación and Los Salazar may be involved in smuggling that group into the United States. And that threat window is running through Saturday. And it's part of what officials are calling a growing concern about potential state-sponsors actors using cartel routes to reach the United States. Agents working the Jalisco to San Luis corridor have been told to stay on high alert and to expect this group may be part of a broader network. That alert comes just 1 week week after Border Patrol did issue a separate memo saying that the threat of Iranian sleeper cells within the United States has never been higher. That memo also urging Border Patrol agents to not travel alone at this time. Marnie.
Added urgency as we're heading into a 4th of July holiday weekend. Also, Jorge, the alert comes days after ICE arrested several Iranian nationals. They were already in the U.S. and had serious ties with terrorism, at least some of them. What happened?
Yeah, that's right. This is a major security concern. So just last week, ICE did arrest 11 Iranian nationals living in the United States illegally, and at least 3 of those individuals admitted to having ties to a foreign terrorist organization. One individual admitted that he was a former Iranian army sniper. Another individual said that he was part of Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps, and a third individual even admitting that he was linked to the terror group Hezbollah. And the Department of Homeland Security did confirm that some of these individuals came through visa and parole loopholes under the Biden administration. Some had final deportation orders for years but remained in the United States. ICE also arrested a U.S. citizen who harbored one of the fugitives and allegedly threatened to shoot agents during that raid. And this all ties back to what many federal law enforcement describe as a new era of border threats. Since January 2021, Border Patrol did encounter over 2,500 Iranian nationals at the southern border, and the Department of Homeland Security hasn't disclosed just how many Iranian nationals were released into the United States. That does include hundreds labeled as special interest aliens, meaning that their home countries raise national security concerns. This is also coming, Marnie, as the Department of Homeland Security has recently also apprehended individuals on the Texas border with ties to special interest countries as well. Marnie.
All right. Appreciate the update, Jorge. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Okay, so like I said, there's so much may, could, might in there. And they're not even saying that anything happened, right? They weren't like, oh, this happened and this is why. No, they just said that they heard that 35 Iranians are supposedly trying to come into the country illegally. They may be using their cartel to try and do it. They mentioned ICE arresting 11 Iranian illegals, which is really interesting because they go through and say that one of them was a former sniper, one of them is part of Iran's Revolutionary Guard, and one of them are saying that they're linked to a terrorist group called Hezbollah or whatever it's called. But this is also like the same blue news that's demonizing ICE all the time. Democrats are constantly talking about how ICE is deporting Americans, or they're deporting, hardworking illegals that are just trying to find a way to citizenship. Really? Because ICE just arrested 11 Iranians and 3 of them were basically terrorists, like known terrorists. So, so stupid. They're always demonizing ICE, and then they turn around and explain why ICE is important. But then it's may, could, might. They don't know that these 35 Iranians exist. They don't know that the cartel's working with them. Why would the cartel work with them? They just show up with money? How did they even get to Mexico? Pretty sure that Iran's not connected to Mexico. So I don't know. It's a lot of may, could, might. Be real scared. Iran's coming to get us and stuff like that. So anyways, I don't know. I'm not scared of Iran. They can kiss my ass all damn day. Right on my red, white, and blue cheekers. Either way. Next up, President of El Salvador denies claims that Kilmar Abrego Garcia was beaten in prison. Again, this is the poor father from Maryland that's actually a MS-13 gang member who's a human smuggler and a woman beater at the same time. He's back here now to be charged for human smuggling and whatever else they're going to charge him with. I think he's in Tennessee right now, being locked up. He's still detained. But he's making claims that he was beaten and psychologically tortured in the Supermax, which I don't even give a shit. People are abused all the time in our prison, so what are you even saying? But either way, people are all upset about it because the poor piece of shit was mistreated while he was in prison. So anyways, the first story is going to tell you a little bit about it. We got a second because it's doubly. The second piece is El Salvador president, that's Boo Boo Kelly there, reveals shocking new footage refuting Kilmar Abrego Garcia's torture claims. So he provided a little slideshow. We're going to skim through it because otherwise it's like 4 minutes of watching images, like just random pictures being on the screen for too damn long. So we're going to skim through it. But President Boo Boo Kelly of El Salvador, he's saying it was nothing like that. Honestly, it looks like a vacation spot compared to what our prisons look like. That's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see how scared of Iran you hooligans are. Let's go ahead and put the protests on the screen. Let's see how this is going, too. We'll just put that in the background. I almost forgot that was even going on. This fat lady's trying to take these National Guard on a date. They're not willing. They know she's actually got a wiener. Anyways. Guess maybe he meant a herd of Iranians. I'm not sure. How many do you need for it to be considered a herd? Russell, we already have sleeper cells in the U.S. Yeah. Yep. Guess they were talking about all the Iranians, and the last one was a white dude. Yeah, you know, it is News Nation. What's up, Sergeant Tripod? Happy Freedom 4th to you. What's up, Cricket Kiss? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Cricket Kiss, Iran, 8,000 years and still trying to figure it out. Yeah, I'm not worried about them. Fuck them people, you know? Not the people, but the government trying to get at us, you know what I mean. Hooligans Island, the alligators in the Everglades, they're going to get fat. You're not wrong. It's only going to take a couple of them to escape and get eaten before everybody else is like, you know what? I'm just going to wait my 48 hours, do my due process, and get deported. Why escape? What's up, Decimal Threat? Happy Freedom Friday to you. Hold on, let's listen to what this idiot's saying. Interesting. I wonder if SoCal... Oh, no. Hold on a second. Just a moment. I forgot I muted the whole tab. All right, let's see if we can hear this person. Nope, I guess not. I'm assuming that one person was some Antifa Yahoo. I was interested to see if they were barking at the camera guy. This is SoCal, I believe, on the screen here. Yeah, SoCal Shorts. I don't know their involvement in all of this shit, but either way. I was trying to see if Antifa, right, the solo Antifa person was pressing the camera guy, but I guess not. Leg Bad, happy Freedom 4th to you. How long until this ICE funding will roll out and there'll be an absolute flood of new agents roaming the country and deporting? I don't know how long it's going to take. I kind of mentioned that earlier. It ain't going to be long, though. There's a lot of posts on X saying that morale is really high with the Border Patrol because the big, beautiful bill got passed. So they're just waiting for that funding. DCAT, apparently Abdul Garcia is not safe in the U.S. He should be sent back to El Salvador. I'm just saying. Oh, yeah, Brego Garcia, yeah. Well, they're saying that he has some sort of safety order from a judge saying that he is not safe in El Salvador, so he can't be deported to El Salvador, which is ridiculous because he's from El Salvador. But now it sounds like we're going to have to send him to somewhere else. Uganda, something. He's getting sent somewhere that will take him. He can't stay here, and if they don't let us send him back to El Salvador, he's going to end up somewhere crazy. But it's on him. You know, it's him playing the game. Born to Eat Toast, Melania was total class during the signing ceremony today. Yep, our first lady there. Meta, yeah. A lot of people are saying that phrase is connected to why can't I think what you're saying here? Shakespeare. Yeah, I don't know anything about the phrase. I just know I can't say it while Twitch and YouTube is watching. What's up, Master Meatball? Happy Freedom 4th to you. What's up, Tucson? Happy Freedom to you. Happy Freedom 4th. Send him to Sudan. Yeah, I mean, if that's what he wants, you know, and that's what I mean. He's from El Salvador. If he wants to act like he can't go back there, well, that doesn't mean he's going to stay here. He's going somewhere else. MD Cyron and Amber Heard. Are you talking about the little Antifa chick, or are you talking about a herd of I can't remember what we were saying. A herd of Iranians and Amber Heard. Get her done, Gators. That's right, Hooligans Island. Z's, fear-mongering propaganda. Yeah, News Nation, they're good for it. What's up, BCal? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Got to hit the cartels hard. Well, and that's what I don't get. at the same time, they've already declared that the cartel is a terrorist, which means that we basically don't have to use kid gloves with them. If they're helping Iranians break into the country, then why aren't we doing something about that? Because we didn't like Iran having nuclear materials, so we did something about that. If we don't want Iranians breaking into the country, are we going to do something about that? You know, like, I'm just saying, like, make the shit make sense. Guess Damn Huge showing us a protest. I know, you see there was like a whole 15 people there. That's okay. That's okay. Moving forward in the news. Next up, like I said, we got a double E. These videos are really short. The first one is only 32 seconds, and the second video we're going to just skim through it because, like I said, it's a slideshow. We're not going to miss any of the slides. I'm not hiding anything from you guys. I just don't want to sit there 5 minutes because there's only 8 pictures in the whole damn thing. So either way, let's get this pulled up. Come on, do the thing. A little finger. Okay, there you go. Got to excite the YouTube in order for it to work. This first one's titled, President of El Salvador denies claims that Kilmar Abrego Garcia was beaten in prison. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
The president of El Salvador denies Kilmar Abrego's claims that he was beaten in prison. Abrego Garcia, whose deportation captured national attention, says he was subject to psychological torture while in El Salvador, something President Bukele says is not true. On Monday, a judge in Greenbelt is set to hear arguments on if Abrego Garcia should be returned to Maryland ahead of his trial in Tennessee. He is facing human smuggling charges, which he has pled not guilty to.
Okay, so the poor father from Maryland, he didn't have a good time in prison. Really? You didn't like it in prison? That's highly unusual. Either way, next up, like I said, we got this slideshow from President Boo Boo Kelly over in El Salvador, and he is trying to debunk these claims that, what is his name here? Kilmar Abrego Garcia was mistreated in prison. Like I said, what we're looking at right now is supposedly his prison situation. It's got dates and details along the bottom of the screen. We're going to skim through this because, like I said, it's like 4 minutes of a slideshow, but it's just done too slowly. It's just not enough action in it. So we're going to slide through it. But this is far better than being in prison here. So I don't know what he's crying about, but either way. Now, I don't really understand this. I don't know what the guy in the yellow is. I don't know if that's his buddy. He just finished him off really quick. He tucked him in for night. I'm not exactly sure. And we covered all this. Democrats meeting with him.
Did you have a sense of his health, his well-being? Did you get any indication that he refused?
I did not get that sense. Look, you never know, but I asked him if he was okay. He said yes. He said he has a blood pressure condition. He has seen a doctor. So, you know, on a very cursory examination, he appeared okay.
Okay, so that's the little slideshow right there. Didn't seem like he was being mistreated to me. Like I said, even our prisons here don't look like that. They don't look like that at all. You don't see people petting birds and shit in our prisons, out there gardening, playing soccer. Man, you might see some soccer, but you ain't gonna see the rest of that stuff. You don't see people smiling in our prisons. You know, you're not seeing them with plates full of food like that. I don't know. It didn't seem like he's being mistreated to me. Now maybe Boo Boo Kelly doctored up those photos. Maybe they're a bunch of cheap fakes. It's hard to say. I highly doubt it, though. I don't know. I'm not gonna take the MS-13 gang members' word. I'm just not. You know, it's not that high value. Next up, we got Happy Independence Day from Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's coming up next, but first we're gonna hop in the chat, see if you hooligans feel sorry for Kilmar Abrego Garcia being mistreated in the Supermax in El Salvador. Snugs, gee, lost so much weight. Yeah, if he was in prison for real, he'd thin out. He'd be all gray skinned. Go ahead and put the protest back in the background. Why not? Sergeant Tripod, they were within an arm's reach of a motorcycle. Yeah, see, and that's what I mean. It doesn't look like any prison I've ever seen. What's up, FEMA region? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Hooligans Island, I don't believe that was CCOT. See, and that's what I kind of wonder too. Because it doesn't seem like where's all his whites? You know, because all the inmates in CCOT are wearing all white. So, like, where's that from? You know, like, where are these images from? But I don't know. How else did he get the photos? That's what I'm wondering. If that's not from Garcia being there, then how did Boo Boo Kelly get the photos? Hooligans Island, he was at Disney World compared to CCOT. I mean, I don't know. But that's their defense. That's what they're using in that slideshow. Because even the cells look different. You know? They've shown us the cells in CCOT a lot. We covered a lot of it when we first found out that we were sending illegals to the Supermax in El Salvador. And the cells look different. Those people aren't even allowed to stand upright. So, it's hard to say. At the same time, though, I also feel like if Garcia was being mistreated and he was being brutally beaten and all this other stuff, then how come he didn't show up roughed up? You know? How come he doesn't have scarring and stuff like that? Ghostly, is that summer camp? It looked like summer camp. America First, what resort is this? What's up, Cap? Happy Freedom 4 to you. You're not supposed to like prison, that's the point. Yeah, exactly. Patriot Dad, no, he's not in CCOT now. Those images were supposed to be from CCOT. Supposed to be from when he was in El Salvador's custody. That's what they were trying to prove. He's not being mistreated here. He's claiming he was mistreated there. He's currently here right now crying about how he don't want to go back to El Salvador. But he can't prove that he's being mistreated in El Salvador. Tucson, looks like YMC summer camp. Yeah. Yeah, it does. What's up, Niles Punk? Happy Freedom 4 to you. That's badass, Niles Punk. Congratulations to you. That is awesome. Cheeky Chops proposing in the chat. Love that. Happy Freedom 4 to you. Z's, dude looks like he's living better than most homeless vets. Yeah, you're not wrong. What's up, Van? Happy Freedom 4 to you. Wow, such torture. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Those images may not be from CCOT. Boo Boo Kelly claims they are. He claims that that's wherever he was Garcia was being held. But like I said, even if those images weren't from Garcia being detained in El Salvador, one, how did Boo Boo Kelly get those images if that's not the case? And two, why didn't Garcia show up roughed up? If he's getting beaten and stuff like that, he'd have scarring, he'd have hurt fingers, he'd have something, right? But he doesn't. So I don't know. I don't get it. What's up, Storm? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Salty Ginger, couldn't El Salvador, what do you, extricate them on their own charges? I don't know. I don't think he's being charged with anything in El Salvador. Snooks. Boo Kelly, that's what the ladies call him, Boo Boo Kelly. You know, it's the holidays. He's a little extra today. That's President Boo Boo Kelly there. Debbie probably stubbed his toe. Yeah, it was torture. He said it was torture. Banged his toe off the nightstand after he's done drinking a margarita. It's a hard life. Either way, moving forward here, we'll set the protest aside. Next up, we got Happy Independence Day from Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you guys have children in your life, I want you to check out this new book titled The Big Beaver Protest. It's the second book in the Orange Eagle series, and it was written by the same author that created A Dog Named Cappy. Also, if you're feeling creative, try Maga Memes. It's a coloring book for deplorables. If you hooligans do purchase these books, please make sure to leave reviews on Amazon, and also follow them on their X page as a way to stay up to date and to help them grow. Let's get these links really quick. We're going to drop them in the chat. This first one is for the Maga Memes, and like I've been telling you guys, there is a hooligan page in this Maga Memes coloring book, and it is thick. Lots of pages, lots to do, so definitely go check it out. Alright, and grab this next link here. This is for the Big Beaver Protest. Cheeky Chops, you can't jump off the bridge, damn it. Make the commies win. Not you. Well, you're a big booty, you know that? You don't like my hat? I'm still your daddy. Yeah, I know. Are you coming to sit in the chair? Oh, Jesus loves this guy. Share the chair with the cat. Anyways, there's the Big Beaver Protest link. Definitely go check it out. That book is a children's book, but it was inspired by the Canadian convoy. What are you doing? Well, that's a big booty. Don't you chirp at me. Big chirper. Yes. You're a good boy. What do you want? Yeah? You know we're live, right? They can see you. They can hear you. You know that? They can probably hear you purring like a tiger. They don't realize you're a big beast. Yes. Big killing machine. I know. Don't knock the flag down. Mm-hmm. Big booty. Alright, anyways, moving forward here. This last link is to Lee Linda Books X page. Definitely go follow them over on X, or else Klaus will get you while you're sleeping. You don't want these problems. Susan, he wants snacks. I know he wants snacks. That's all he wants. It's the big gigantic. Alright, hooligans, go click all those links. Like I said, next up we got Happy Independence Day from Marjorie Taylor Greene. This is one of Guess Some's girlfriends here. Alright, hooligans, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Hi everyone, happy 4th of July and Independence Day, and we are so excited to be starting the parade here in Cave Spring, Georgia. Everyone here is so excited that we passed President Trump's big beautiful bill. It's a wonderful start to the 4th of July weekend. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Blessings to all of you and your families, and happy 4th of July.
Alright, quick video there. MTG wishing us a safe and happy 4th, because why not? We're going to get right into this next video. This is the last little bit of the news. This is an unhinged lefty losing his marbles here, claiming that we as the U.S., we're the bad guys. This is titled Unhinged MSNBC Commentator Blasted for Calling America the Bad Guy. This guy's obviously a dumbass. Let's get into this.
Never let it be said that the U.S. report is not fair and balanced. I want to have a look here at an MSNBC regular, Elie Mystal, making the case this 4th of July that actually America is the bad guy.
I don't say this lightly, but our country needs to be sanctioned. We are the bad guys on the world stage. We are a menace to not only free people everywhere, but we are a menace to peaceful people everywhere at this point. And I'm not even going to say that we've only been a menace for the past 3 or 4 months, right? Like, when does the international community decide that enough is enough? I know we're rich. I know we've got a lot of money. I know that people want to buy things from our country because we're rich, or want to sell things to our country because we're rich. But at some point, the international community has to stand up to us because we are a bad guy on the world stage.
Come on, man. And a happy 4th of July to you too, sir. Anyway, that's an important look at how they think, even if we don't quite know why they think it.
All right, like I said, that wraps up the news there. Not a whole lot of crazy stuff today, but I don't want to ruin your guys' 4th anyways. So we got our fun stuff coming up next. We are going to be opening today's door of the Advent calendar sent to us by Zero. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one's titled Hooligans All Weekend. And our official funny video of the day is titled USA, USA, USA. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about that. Happy Independence Day from Marjorie Taylor Greene, as well as this commentator losing his fucking marbles in front of everybody, claiming that we're the bad guy. So next, this guy looks like Medea. He does a little bit. I can't think of what is his name? Patrick something Perry. I can't remember his name. Stoner, come on, good Pokemons. I'm saying, super excited. Deb, someone Velcro his head. He'll claim it's oppression. We're trying decimal threat. We're trying. Giggling Spy, we have a lot of money. Debt is a lie. Yeah, this guy, he's off his rocker. Pumpkin, what an ass. Yeah, you are not wrong. Sun Tripod, MTG is okay. Not a fan of MTG. Oh, I appreciate you, Patriot Dad. What? What do you want? Just speak English. Nobody will even be surprised. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $1 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate the support, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much. Says, dude is a race-baiting idiot. Looks like a human snow cone. Well, you know, he looks stupid so he can say stupid things. That's how it goes. You know, clowns will be clowns. Can I help you, sir? You're bothersome today. Yeah, you're not going to like it when the fireworks are going off. He's going to be sitting there in his bulletproof vest. He's going to be like, it's time to go, Dad. And I'm like, no, it's just the fireworks. Beck. Yeah, he wants all the snacks. Joe Bosch is 420 somewhere. It's 420 everywhere. Rich, no, it's the Big Beaver protest. What do you mean? It's right there. It's literally right above your comment. Niles Punk, it's not a real 4th unless I get threatened with another forest fire. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised I didn't see any of that. What's up, Professor C? Happy Freedom 4th to you. What's up, Deputy Dog? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Glad you're digging the hat. I've been waiting a long time to wear this hat. And I almost forgot. I was setting up the live and I kind of glanced and was like, oh yeah, you should probably wear the hat that you bought 4 months ago. Either way, let's go ahead and get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we are going to be opening today's door of the Advent calendar sent to us by Zero. We got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, my antivirus software is going to pop up and just take over the entire screen. Anyways, if you hooligans would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what we get today from the Advent calendar. What day is it? Day 21. Excited to see what we get. Look at him. He's like trying to pretend like he's sleeping. He's gonna cry himself to sleep because I ain't getting up and giving him treats right away. So dramatic. Got ourselves a little fun pack here. Let's see what we get. Oh, poor Klaus. Gotta wait for the treats. Look at him. So mean. So mean. Damn, Dad, making me wait for my treats on the 4th of July? What a bastard. This is Klaus's 3rd 4th of July. Here, you hold that for me? You hold that? It's not food. Don't eat it. Good Lord, silly cat. Alright, what did we get? Oh, we did get a rare. Okay, starting with Swirlix here. I'm going to show you guys all 3 since it's a fun pack. Of course, my camera will not adjust to show you what actually is going on here. Next one is Tad Bulb. Again, my camera will not focus. I don't know why it's racist against Pokemon cards. It's bullshit. And then we got Vroom, which is a reverse foil here. I would do anything for my camera to just show you guys what the card actually is. Either way, thank you so much, Zero. I really appreciate it. Let's get into our funny videos of the day. First one is Hooligans All Weekend. Let's get this pulled up. Alright. Once again, this is Hooligans All Weekend. Hell yeah. Alright, getting into our official funny video of the day. Let's get this pulled up. And this is titled USA, USA, USA.
Put on notice, if you fuck around with us, if you do something bad to us, we are going to do things to you that have never been done before.
The forgotten men and women of our country will be forgotten no longer. 2024 is our final battle. Final battle. They stole our jobs, and they plundered our wealth. The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots.
The activation word, Ronald McDonald.
We will drive out the globalists.
All patriots go.
We will cast out the communists. America will start winning again. Winning like never before. We will bring back our jobs. We will bring back our borders. And we will bring back our dreams.
Put on notice, if you fuck around.
Alright, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. And grab this Linktree link really quick. We're going to drop it in the chats. We're going to read through. And we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Alright, hooligans, there's the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we gotta have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there, keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the Hooligans. Plus, today is Friday, so that means we will be doing the voice chat some point, probably like 30 minutes after the live or so. And we do the voice chat every Friday after Coffee with Hooligans. And if you get yourself a paid membership over on jeffmaclive.com, you can join us for the voice chat. It's a lot of fun. We're always laughing, researching things, and just being hooligans. So definitely go get yourself a membership over on the website. Like I said, we're reading through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. Of course, we are going to be doing a raid, so if you're over on Rumble, don't leave just yet. That sounds good, Russell. Snugs Claus is giving you the mean eyes. I know. He's all pissed at me. Oh, well, thank you, Snooks. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much, America First, for that $20 donation over on Rumble. What a badass. Thank you so much for the support. It says, Dag, I want to up the ante. Happy Freedom Day, Jeff. Well, happy Freedom 4th to you. Thank you so much. And thank you, Plastic Quack, for gifting a sub over on Rumble. You're awesome. Thank you guys so much. Bill Clay, happy Freedom 4th to you. Don't get drunk and shoot off fireworks. Well, I wasn't necessarily planning on it, but I do want to see the fireworks. J-Dog, happy Freedom 4th to you. Let me see. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, J-Dog. I will, what day is it? So like on Wednesday, I'll go check the P.O. box. I'm really sorry to hear that, J-Dog. Oh, I appreciate you, Elder Zoomer. Happy Freedom 4th to you. Happy Freedom 4th to you, Wayward. Thank you for joining us over here on Rumble. I am trying to figure out what's going on with X. I don't have a choice to change the settings when we start the live. I don't know if it's Rumble Studio causing it or what. I'll get it figured out, though. What's up, Enter User? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Thank you, Told to Care. No, don't eat a wiener. Jesus loves us. Go and eat good food. I don't know about eating wieners. It's some of us. Party on, hooligans. That's right, Meta. What's up, Jay Blazer? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Appreciate you being with us, Jay Blazer. Niles Punk, I used to shoot bottle rockets at my friends and passing cars on the street. Those were the good old days. Yeah, I remember doing that. Now I'm driving in the car and people are shooting bottle rockets at me. I'm like pointing the pistol at them. I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. It's rough stuff to be a kid again. What's up, Virtual Cockpit? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Oh, Salty Ginger. Yeah, no, I don't even know if there is a way to raid over on YouTube. I do not know. But we are going to raid over on Rumble. But first, we got to do the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, hooligans. Here, will you hold this? You like it so much. Can you just hold that? Just a little bit. You just hold it a little bit. Can you do that? No, you're going to mess my head up. Good Lord, Klaus Daniels. I ask you to do one thing. You can't even do it. You don't even pay any of the bills. You got the toes. All right, hooligans. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. Klaus wouldn't hold my hat because he's mean. He's not. Now you ain't getting treats. Look what you did. Now you ain't getting treats. How about that? He's so tired of my shit. Look at him. Look at him. Anyways, that is that, hooligans. We're going to read through really quick just to make sure no hooligans are left behind. But we are wrapping this up. We will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. And tomorrow is Free Speech Saturday, so that means that there is no YouTube, no Twitch tomorrow because we don't have time for their community guidelines over there. So use the Linktree link in order to find your way to a better platform tomorrow. We will be live on Kick, Rumble, jeffmaclive.com, as well as X. So keep that in mind tomorrow for Free Speech Saturdays, Coffee with Hooligans. Like I said, we're reading through. We got the raid coming up, and we're wrapping her up. Russell, mean kitty. I know. Damn attitude. Snooks, are you showing Trump tonight for the fireworks? No. It doesn't sound like President Trump's going to be speaking. He's just going to be there while they're doing the fireworks. And I won't be able to see the fireworks myself if I'm showing somebody else's fireworks. So I was thinking about covering it, but the way he was talking earlier just doesn't sound like he's going to be speaking later. What's up, Edward? Happy Freedom 4th to you. Show us the nips. I can't. YouTube's watching. Oh, damn YouTube. Thank you, Beck Frank. Appreciate you being with us. Thank you, Cap. Happy Freedom 4th to you. Let's figure out who we're going to raid really quick before you hooligans start leaving. Rotella's live. Let's raid Rotella. He's lots of fun. I think he was in the chat earlier, actually. So let's do the thing. Let's raid Rotella really quick. Grab the link here. America first, no fireworks for me. Crowds bring me trouble. Yeah, I don't really like the crowds and traffic either. Let's see, Kirk Allen. No, the emoji should. I don't. Hold on. Let me see really quick. Let me see if you guys can see our emojis. You can see the emojis on the screen. That's our hooligan. Where is it? It's right here. That's our hooligan Santa twerking right there. Kirk Allen. Is it delayed? I don't know. I don't know. The people who run Rumblebot were supposed to come work on it. I don't know if they are today though because it's the 4th. Yesterday they said they were going to, and it doesn't look like they fixed anything. Nobody wants to help me, whether it's Rumblebot or it's Rumble itself. Nobody wants to help me. I don't know why. I'm just a fucking awful person, I guess. But at least we got Rotella, and Rotella likes us, so we're gonna raid Rotella. And it should be good. Grab this link here. There we go. Time for a raid.
Between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved. And that as free and independent states, they have full power to levy war. Now we get to the hard thing.
Oh boy.
I think Rumble stopped for a second. Hold on a second. I'm going to refresh the page because I don't know what happened with that. There we go.
Welcome in, let's see Classic Quack, Safe Hub, nice to see you again. Jeff Mac, welcome in. Sugar Plum Deb. Oh, that sounds like a fun name. Hi, Sugar Plum. Hi, Sugar Plum. We got Dutton joining us, Ballyho Dutton. Beck, hi Beck, happy freedom, welcome in.
It's a little laggy. I'm not sure if that's my end or his end. Either way, good raid. Well, either way, I don't know if that's on my end or on his end, but it's another good raid. And like I said, he was in the chat earlier saying happy 4th to all of us. Rotella is always showing up. Cad Dog, Mrs. Ma'am. There's a couple who, well, yeah, they are hooligans of sorts that we follow. Had some good raids. Dark Jason, of course. Badass. Frag, right? We just raided Frag the other day, and he was really cool about it. Appreciate you, Bill. Happy Freedom 4th to you. What's up, Hat the Cat? Happy Freedom 4th to you. All right, read through. We're wrapping her up. Tucson, when are you gonna get yourself a bowl of mac and cheese? What do you mean? I eat mac and cheese all the time. I just don't talk about it. I don't kiss and tell. Don't kiss and tell. What's up, Too Real? Happy Freedom 4th to you. What's up, MW? Happy Freedom 4th to you. What's up, Justin? Happy Freedom 4th. You guys are awesome. Appreciate all of you guys being here. Celebrate the holiday with us. I think we are good to go. Like I said, we are going to be doing the voice chat a little bit later on. Well, it's going to have to be soon, I guess, because it's going to get dark in like 2 hours. And, the fireworks are going to do the fireworks things. Either way, pretty soon we'll be doing the voice chat. If you want to join us, you got to get a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com. Join us in the voice chat. We do it every Friday after Coffee with Hooligans. And it is always a good time, so definitely go get yourself a membership. And if you're looking for something free, go join Discord. Discord is the best way to be notified every single time we go live. I swear. Do not rely on these platforms to send out notifications. You will get notified by Discord or by me or by somebody, but you'll always know when we go live. So definitely go join Discord. I think that's everything. Appreciate all of you hooligans showing up for the 4th of July special. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. Go out there and enjoy your 4th of July. Have fun, but please come back tomorrow with all your fingies. Don't blow your face off or anything like that. Have lots of fun, though. Enjoy America's birthday, and make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Again, it is Free Speech Saturday, so keep that in mind. No YouTube, no Twitch tomorrow, because those platforms are soft, and we don't have time for that on Saturdays. Either way, I appreciate all of you hooligans, and I'll see you on the next live. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.